You know, one of my most prized possessions I have is a gift my son gave to me on Father's Day 2011. And it is a great big print of Tad running in a race called the Heartland Hustle. He was probably about 8 years old, and it's a great photo of him about maybe 50 yards from the finish line, just straining really hard to hit that tape hard. And on that print, it's hanging in my study now. And on that print, there's a scripture verse that's from 1 Timothy 4 that says, "I've fought the great fight, I've finished the race, and I've kept the faith." And on the other side of that print, it says, "To Dad on Father's Day 2011. I think actually Tad really knew he was dying of melanoma stage 4 brain cancer, and we were not able to celebrate another Father's Day together. But through all his struggles, all his pain, and everything he had to overcome, he really finished well. He hit that tape hard." And isn't that kind of what we all want to do in our lives? We all want to finish well. We all want to fight the good fight. We all want to finish the race. And in my life, I know I'm not in the first inning anymore. I hope I'm not in the bottom of the ninth. I kind of like to think I'm maybe in the 5th inning, maybe. Optimistically, I'm in the 5th inning, which gives me 4 innings yet to finish well. And when I look at Heritage's bold moves, I am so fired up, I'm so excited because I see God's fingerprints all over this. I see that tower in Kone as a beacon of hope and healing to the entire Quad Cities, something so much bigger than me, something that can leave a lasting legacy long after my 9 innings are gone. And I am so excited. I'm all in on this. I'm 110% in on our bold moves. Actually, I think I'm like 200% in on our bold moves. And I am just standing back, seeking God's face, and we are going to be amazed as the church to see what is going to happen and what God is going to do through this. It's more magnificent, more amazing than anything we can even imagine.
I was coming home from a prayer meeting about right after prayer had started here at the church, and in the back of my mind I was thinking about 24/7 prayer. And as I was coming home from that prayer meeting, I looked up, saw that Kone Tower, and I thought, oh my goodness, what a perfect place for 24/7 prayer. And so I threw that down in my mind. I didn't think about it any longer, but then I went home and it just wouldn't leave me. It wouldn't go away. And so finally I decided, well, if it ever becomes available, if that building ever becomes available, I should at least go over there and start praying about it. So I got in my car one morning, I drove down the bridge, I went around the bend, and I came up upon that building, and right in front of my eyes, it was like a beacon, was this huge sign that said "For sale or lease." And I couldn't believe it. It just gripped me at the time. I was amazed because here this building was already available, and I actually fear came in at that point. And so I drove up to the building, I peeked in the windows, and I started praying about it. And then I thought, what now? What should I do now? Because I knew, being on the board, how much this church already is doing, and I didn't want to burden anybody. We weren't looking for a building. It just, I didn't know what to do with it. But it wouldn't leave me alone. So it kept coming up, and finally I just thought, I just have to pass it on. That's all I have to do. I just pass the idea on that this building is available for sale. And so I emailed Sean about that, and just let it go. But over the 14 months since that happened or so, I came to realize that he was looking for a building at the same time. And it just amazed me, but it was such a confirmation for me right from the very beginning that this was something that was bigger than us. I wasn't looking for it. It just came out of the blue, and it just really overwhelmed me, to be honest. It was a kind of a scary thing. And so as I've been processing over the 14 months, being on the board, what I've loved is that we are always seeking what God wants, not what we want. And I love that about Sean, because he will stop in the middle and all of a sudden we'll pray about something that is of so much importance. And we've been praying about this now. And there's an assurance that this is something bigger than us. It's a God-sized thing. It can be overwhelming, so there'll be moments when we're really afraid, and then there are other times when we're just really excited. Now everybody knows about it, and we just get to sit back and see what God is going to do. What is the answer? How God is going to respond, and how His people are going to respond. And that's where I am right now. I feel excited, I already see it as our place.